finally figured out how to observe my thoughts. My God. Okay, I'm reading what I wrote. My God, it has been frustrating trying to figure it out. In my head, it came out like, and that's actually hilarious now. Oh, I didn't actually write some other thoughts because it's hilarious, because now looking back, it's like it was a funny game, you know? I've been trying to figure out, how do you observe your thoughts? I'm trying. It doesn't make sense. Like, I can kind of logically get it, but I don't feel it. And when I personally don't feel something, then it's not real to me. So if I don't feel love, then it's not real. But that's the problem, is that my body is telling me one thing and my brain is telling me another, which is why we're supposed to be figuring out how. Okay, let me just finish reading this. I'll tell you how I did it, in case you're having the same problem. I started pacing. Surrender, wash it all away, jump in. This is our game. Okay, this is really good. Yaima, our game, to answer your question. Okay, so this is like how I wish I felt all the time. And I'm working on it. I'm trying to figure it out. So this is how I did it. Just to fast track you. I started pacing and just listen to the song on your own time. My mind just like, I glazed my eyes over and I started pacing. I have like an L shape that just kept going back and forth. My eyes glazed, like you're not looking at anything, you just pace. You can generally see what not to run into, and you pace. And I started saying my thoughts out loud. I just, instead of thinking them, I just said them so I could hear them. I kept saying them kind of mindlessly at first, and then I heard myself say something, and I was like, why did you say that? And then I was like, why did I say that? I just kept back and forth. I started having an actual conversation with myself. We always call people crazy for having, oh my God, it's so stupid. We've been backwards and upside down. Oh, you're crazy. Oh, crazy old Maurice talking to himself. Okay. You fucking need to talk to yourself. How are you going to get to know yourself? I'm talking to myself right now. Literally, I'm saying this for me because I don't want to forget it. And if I share it, maybe I'm going to help somebody. I don't know. Okay, now I feel like I need to get back on track. I won't edit that out, but I feel like I shouldn't have said that. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Say everything out loud. Start talking to yourself. Okay, so this is how my conversation started to go. Why did you say that? I don't know. Why did I say that? And honestly, now I can't even remember what I was talking about. But all of a sudden, it popped, like a pop in my brain. And I realized that I was having a conversation with myself. And I started listening to what I was saying. And I was like, this is so stupid. Now, and I was like, oh, then I started saying, so I stopped the conversation. I said, this is so stupid. Now I know what it feels like to observe my own thoughts. I should videotape this so I don't forget it. And I was just saying all these things now about how, because I felt it. And then I said, now I can, before I said I should videotape it, that's what it was. I said, now I can figure out what's clogging up my brain and stopping my flow of creativity, my flow of my peace, my harmony. It's clogging me up because they keep telling us that we're given two tools, the mind and the spoken word. Not the spoken word, word, like language. If you have a mind and you can see, like a cat, they communicate through feeling basically only. They make noises, but they feel. When somebody's mad, they feel it. You and I do too. But we have confused the feelings by putting words. We're taught the words when we're tiny, when all we know is feeling. Confusing things happen. And then as we grow, words and people before us, their perceptions and beliefs start shaping and telling us what our feelings mean and how we should respond to them. Don't cry. That makes you weak. So you're sitting here feeling like I need to cry because it's healthy for my body to get out a trauma so I don't have to keep carrying it with me. I need to cry, but they're telling me not to. And then just quit crying or I'll give you something to cry about. Have you ever heard that one? Many have. And now you're afraid. So that feeling at first that you felt, that felt like crying, now feels like fear. And pretty soon, everything feels like fear. Except when you notice you're making people happy. Their happiness feels like safe. Their anger feels like fear. But fear is really hard to hold because it's the complete opposite of love. And with your family, that's your familiarity. You feel safe. And then sometimes you feel completely unsafe. This happens to different degrees, I think, for all of us in our experience growing up into the place where we have a cognitive brain, and the cognition is the language. When you start to understand language, then you start to formulate your perceptions and your beliefs. And those are formed by these experiences. A lot of this has been said before in various ways. And I don't even know what I'm saying now. But let me see what I wrote. Okay, there we go. So many things. This is another one that I wanted to make sure I remember. Because I started realizing, like, when you're in a conflict with somebody, I'm going to keep this page because I want to get back to that. But that reminded me that I also just started realizing if you're in an argument or a discussion, a disagreement of some kind, not loving conversation, but a disagreement where you feel like, you're separate from me. If you're in agreement, you're together, but a disagreement, you're separate from me. Oh, you're wrong because I feel it. I feel it, so I know it to be true. Guess what they're saying? The exact same thing about what they're saying. You feel like they're lying. They feel like they feel it and they know it to be true. Everybody has two sides of every story. Don't we say that all the time? Don't we tell ourselves all the time that there are always multiple experiences of the same situation? There's two experiences of one situation when there's more than one person involved. So what I've been trying to tell myself and remember is that if I feel like, you believe something about me that's not true, or about the world that's not true, that's threatening us. The belief is feeling threatening, whatever. When you feel that way, first of all, you need to remember that everything they're saying is most likely for them to hear. You can listen carefully, curiously, to find out if there's something for you to learn. I'm getting off track because I can't put this together right. My mind literally blanked out, and that usually means that whatever I was saying was not, that was it. That was done. So, I guess I'm done talking. I mean, clogging up my creativity. So, all right, I'll get back to this. Since I got off track, I couldn't complete the thought from before. It was a complete thought at one point in my head, and now I can't remember the rest. Which is why it felt like I was getting off track. The now that I can observe my thoughts, I can realize the junk that's been clogging up the flow of my creativity to be me. And multiple times now, the thought has come to me that we're on this planet with this feeling like we're here to make a life. We're here, what create the life of your dreams. From a very early age, we start formulating ideas of what the future will or won't be, and how we're gonna make it so, or will we be able to. But that's backwards thought that we've been passing down, and the thought is upside down, because what it is actually is that we are here to see what gift has been placed here. We think we're here to strive, but we're not. We're here to observe, basically, and respond, enjoy. There's no fear in enjoyment. When you watch a play, you don't feel the need to make them say something or do something different. Let's say, even if it's emotional, you don't try to change it because you're crying and that it's sad. You just watch it unfold, and then you find what is the value in it. For example, there's a story, and you learn, a lesson, or reflected on love, or had whatever enjoyable experience you got out of it. But that's exactly the way life is supposed to be for us, that we're watching it happen. But instead of just watching it, we always want to go into a 3D theater, 4D, 5D. I don't even know. They're not going to stop, because AI and implants, they can keep going. We are infinite in our creativity. But the truth is that we are already infinite. We don't need this body to see. Now my words are jumbling, and I was really onto something. Maybe the rest is up to you. It's out of my control. For a little while. Thank you, Pandora. Magical Pandora.